Hello, good morning friends. Welcome back to your favorite channel CodeOneDigest. Today in this tutorial, we are going to learn Node.js application and MongoDB setup using Docker Compose file. Yes friend, in this tutorial, we are going to set up Node.js Microservice application with the MongoDB using Docker Compose file with a single command. Setting up the Node.js and MongoDB locally can be headache of versions mismatch and database installation errors, but today we are fixing that forever. In this guide, we are containerizing our entire stack using Docker Compose. By the end of this video, you will have a professional production-ready environment where your Node.js API and MongoDB database talk to each other seamlessly, all with a single command, that is Docker Compose up. If you're ready to stop configuring and start coding, hit the like button and let's jump straight into the terminal. Okay friends, so here is the agenda of the tutorial today. We'll be creating a Node.js microservice application. I'll be creating a Docker file in Node.js to make it containerized. Then finally, we'll be creating a Docker Compose file in our Node.js microservice application. We will update the Docker Compose file to have all required services like MongoDB and then our Node application and so on. We will run Docker Compose command to run our full stack applications. Finally, we'll be testing our Node.js microservice application along with MongoDB. I will also give you a code reference and a reference to my Git repository where you can download the code. And at the end, I'll be summarizing what we have learned in this tutorial. So stay tuned and watch this tutorial till end. It is going to be very, very exciting and very informative tutorial for you today. A very basic question would come to your mind that what is Docker Compose and what is the difference in Dockerfile and Docker Compose tutorial that I have created in the past, which is explaining what is the difference between Docker Compose and Dockerfile. The link of this video is given in the description section of this tutorial. That tutorial to understand the difference between Docker Compose and Dockerfile. Okay friends, let's begin with the Node.js microservice application setup. I already have one application with me. You can take this application. I'll be sharing source code. Otherwise, you can take any Node.js application where you want to connect it to MongoDB. Quickly, I'll just show you some important files here, what we have done. So this is my basic book server.js, the very first file where I have a code to start my application. Then I have a controller component where all my endpoints are defined. And then I have a config. This is important. So this in this config JS file, I am referring the database URL from environment variable. If this is not provided, then it will use the default one. You can define your own models and routes and services. In repo, I have created this book repo where I'm having some operations like add book, get all book, get book by ID, update book by ID. So these are normal CRUD operations. This is my model. Book is my entity and it is having these four attributes: UUID, name, author name, and release date. Right? Just quickly flashing my package.json file here. Nothing flashy, very common dependencies I have defined here. Now the most important thing here to see is the Docker file where I'll be creating a container image. Let's understand this. So I'm downloading node 18. You can download the latest node. Then I'm setting up my working directory inside a container that is user source app, copying package.json, and this is a command that I am going to use npm install to download all the dependencies as per the package.json inside the container. Then I'm copying all the source code and everything from my local directory to the container in the image. And I want to expose 8080 because my application will be running on 8080 inside a container. And finally, this is a command to start my Node.js application inside a container. That is node bookserver.js. This is my bookserver.js. The highlights here is today Docker Compose file. And if you see a difference between Docker file and Docker compose file, in the Docker file name, D is a capital here, but in Docker compose file, we have everything in a small case. It's a YAML file. Let's click on that to see the Docker YAML file. Let's understand the format and the instructions that we have given in the Docker compose file. That starts with the version. You can give 3.8, it's the latest version. And then the very first tag that we use is services. So it's a root tag, the tag at root level. And inside services, we are defining MongoDB is our first service because we want to download MongoDB and run MongoDB in a container. In MongoDB, I'm saying which image I'll be using. I'll be using Mongo 606 image and the container name my Mongo 2. Restart unless stopped. I'm doing a port mapping here. That means I'm mapping the container port to my localhost port 27017 where the MongoDB runs, and it will be mapped to a local port 27017. Volume inside a container to store all the data, that is slash data slash db. It is going to use a network, app network. We will define app network down there in this file. We will see that. Health check, it's a shell command on MongoDB. This is important. It will be sending a ping at every 10 seconds. So this is optional. You can keep it or you can skip it. So next service we have is a Node.js application service that starts with app. As we are building this application, hence we are using the build command. Otherwise, you can also give the reference of image. If you already created your application image, you can refer the image with this tag. If you want to build it every time you're running this Docker Compose file, then we will use the build tag, build command here. So app build context dot, that means it is running in a local directory because we are going to keep this Docker Compose file in the same project, in our same Node.js microservice project. Hence, we have given dot. But if you are keeping your Docker Compose file somewhere else, hence you can give the directory location of your application here. What is your Docker file? So this is a Docker file name. Then the container name, like my Node.js Microservice 2, restart unless stopped. Environment. Here I'm defining some environment variable like node environment, it is production or staging or dev. Port, my application will be running on 8080 port. This will pass as an environment variable into my application and it will run on this port. If I give some other port, it will run on some other port. And this is a database URL that I'm giving. In the code, I'm referring an environment variable database MongoDB 27017, and this is a database name, books. I'm doing a port mapping here. 8080 will map to a port 8080 again to my local host. 8080 port of container will map to 8080 port of my local. Hence, I can access the application on 8080 port in my local machine in the browser. Depends on tells that this service depends on any other service. So I'm saying yes, depends on MongoDB, condition healthy. So I'm saying that Node.js application service depends on MongoDB service if the service in healthy state. Node.js application also using the same network, app-network, volume to save my logs and other stuff in the directory inside a container, that is slash log in slash user slash source app logs. And again the health check command to check if my application is running or not. So this is a basic command, node healthcheck.js, which will send the updates at every 30 seconds and so on. This is optional. You can keep it or you can skip it. Now coming back to volume service, we are defining a volume for MongoDB service. Network is a service, and inside networks, we are defining app network, which is of type bridge. If you know, Docker uses a bridge network, and by default, all the containers running on the same host are connected through a bridge network. Right, friends? So this is my Docker Compose file, very simple. Now what we'll do is we will run this Docker Compose file, downloading the MongoDB, and it is building the Node.js application and starting both the application. So stay tuned and watch this tutorial till end. Friends, before we proceed in this video, I request you to subscribe this channel to grow CodeOneDigest family. Friends, I'm creating a lot of quality videos on programming, coding concepts, design pattern and design principles, cloud and container technologies, but I'm not getting subscribers. I request you to like, share, and subscribe this channel so that I can grow our CodeOneDigest family. Thank you. Okay, friends, so now we are ready to run Docker Compose command. So we download the services and then we build the application. Docker Compose file will build a full stack for you. If you have more services like you need caching, you need networking, you need other supporting applications, to have a full stack running in your development environment, you can use Docker Compose. You need not to set up all these applications separately. So that's the advantage of using Docker Compose. But before that, let me show you. I'm in the directory where I have all my project and the file. So here you can see we have a Docker file. Then I have a Docker Compose file. So this Docker file is going to use a Docker file to build my Node.js application. And in the same Docker Compose file, I have defined MongoDB service as well. It will download MongoDB service as well. Let me show you Docker images that I have. So I have all these images, but I don't have MongoDB image as of now. So it will download MongoDB image and it will start the MongoDB in a container. Then it will start building my Node.js application from the current location. Okay, friends, so let's do that. Docker compose up minus D. We are saying Docker compose up, bring up the Docker compose and minus D is to deattach this terminal. Let us do that. It will first download the image. It will save that image in a local repository and then it will start that image in a separate container. Let's give some time. Once this MongoDB image is downloaded, then every time you need not to download this image. It will be available always in your local repository, local Docker repository, and it will be available. And now you can see started building the Docker file and my Node.js application. It is creating a container. Let us check if the containers are up and running with the command docker ps. Yes. So we can see that we have two containers running. The first one is MongoDB 606 and we have a port mapping to 27017 is mapped from container to local, and my Node.js application is also up and running, which is having a port 8080 mapped from container port to local port, right? This says that both the applications are up and running with a single command. That's the advantage of Docker Compose. You can have a number of applications required to set up your full stack application. So you using Docker Compose file, you can do that in a very short time. Now what we do is let us go and test some of our endpoints that we have defined in our controller and see if we are getting the response. Okay, friends, as we have started our containers, our applications are up and running. Our Node.js microservice is running in one container and MongoDB is running in other container. Now it's time to test the endpoints. Okay, let me show you my Postman. So this is my Postman where I have the application, where I have a collection, Node.js book microservice, MongoDB demo. These are endpoint that I have, localhost 8080 I'm using, slash API slash v1 books. This is the endpoint that I have. Let me hit and check if I'm getting a response. Yes, so I'm getting 200 response. That means the API is sending me a 200 response, but we don't have any data. So let's add some data into database. I'll use my post endpoint to add book into repository, my book one, author name pawan1, and let's say release date is some dummy release date. Let me hit this. The book is added into repository, which has a UUID this, name my book one, author name pawan1, and release date this. I will add one more book. Let's say my book two, author is same, and release date is let's say 26. Let me send it. Right? So now I have added two books. Let's go to get all book. It is a get endpoint. Hit this. Yes, I'm getting data. This is my book one and this is my book two. Same way, I can get a book by its UUID. Let me take this ID and I'll use get book by ID. Here I'm giving a ID of my book. Let me hit that. Yes, so I got this, my book 2. And now let's say if I have to delete my book, I'll go to this endpoint where I'll be deleting the book using my UUID. So this is the endpoint and operation is delete. Let me hit this. Yes, so request is successful. Now let me do a get all book again to see if the book is deleted. We had 2 books. Let me hit it. Yes, so now we got 1 book. That means all our CRUD operation is absolutely working fine with both the applications running in container and both of those container applications started using Docker Compose file. So as you have experienced, as you have seen, it's so easy and simple to create a full stack application in a development environment in short time. Okay friends, I hope you like this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, then give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel to grow CodeOneDigest family. Thank you. And if you're looking for Docker Compose solution to set up Node.js with Postgres database, then go and watch the tutorial flashing on your screen. The link is provided in the description section of this tutorial. It is a very good tutorial which explains how to set up Node.js application with PostgreSDB using Docker Compose file. In single command, you will be able to set up your Node.js application with PostgreSDB in no time. And there you have it. We have successfully containerized a Node.js application, linked it to a MongoDB database, and manage it all using Docker Compose file. You no longer have to worry about manual database installation or dependency hell. Your entire environment is now portable, scalable, and consistent. If you run into any issue with your Docker Compose YAML file or connection string, I have linked the full source code in the description below. Go ahead and clone it to compare your file against mine. If you are still stuck, drop a comment. I do my best to jump in and help you out. Now that your environment is rock solid, the next step is actually building your API. If you want to see how to build a robust CRUD REST API on top of this exact Docker setup, check out the video on the screen right now. If this video saved some of your time, a sub to channel would be massive. Thanks for watching, happy coding, and I'll see you in the next one. Friends, if you like this video, so give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for the more interesting videos. Click on the bell icon for the latest video notifications and do not forget to share this video with all your friends and colleagues. This is very useful information for students, beginners, and software engineers. I am putting a lot of efforts in creating these contents, so please help me growing the CodeOneDigest family. Please subscribe to CodeOneDigest channel for the latest programming and technology related videos. Thank you.